Now today I'm working on a 2014 Chevy Volt. It's my car. It's got the window motor pops. The window pops as it goes down, and you can see the front starting to move down first. So just from experience, I know that inside one of the brackets is broke. Then this is our actual problem. And if you look, something's missing. That actually mounts to the window. Once we get it open, I'll show you what has happened to it and how to replace it. Now, after replacing the window regulator, I did notice that if you do an all down on your key fob, the three windows will roll down, but this one won't. And I've checked, and I believe it's because I got a dormant aftermarket. So I'm gonna get an AC Delco motor and replace it with it, and we'll see how that works out, see if that fixes the issue. I'm James Noble. Welcome to my channel. First, we're going to want to tape the window up. I like to use a masking tape. That way you don't have much glue residue to clean up. That way it won't slip and fall on us. And you don't want to do it in direct sunlight because it will melt the glue onto your paint. Now I'll leave it like that so I can pull it back off, just in case when I get this door panel off that you may have to lower and raise the window just a little bit in order to get to your bolts. Get our pick in under this corner, and this will pop out from the top. Now we're going to move over to the inside of the door panel where your handle is. We're going to get in under it, pop it up, get your hands on it, and there's our other two screws. Remove our 3 number 7 screws. Two in here. Want to push our lock down. Do you hear that? All 4 of the locks locked. So make sure you got your key in your pocket and not in the car. I'm going to place my knee here to hold the door. I'm going to put me a hand up here, one down at the bottom, and firmly pull outward. Now you notice these are your retainers. Now we're going to change our position. Now when you're removing the panel, you've got a place here that this is going to have to come out from, and one right here. So you're going to pull out on the bottom to make sure it clears this and clears this one over here as well. Then you can just lift straight up on it. I lift up on the back and walk her out. Now we can take and unclip our harness, which is just got a little pin on the little push on the side there. Pulls up. Now we're going to move over to unclipping. You'll see right there where that little hook is. We're going to lift up on it and pull back. Now if you look, you'll see it starting to slide out. Pull it around and up out of the hole. Now we've got it, the door panel to hook off. Next, we've got to remove our handle, our door handle bracket. 2 more number 7s. And I like to just slowly pull it back, because what we're going to try to do, if you look, we're going to try to save our tack on there. Now we can take and slide this down, ease it off, pull that through that hole, and this will come all the way off. Okay, we got two number 10s going through these holes. We're just going to loosen them up. That way it'll be unmounted from our window glass. Let's get rid of this motor plug. If you look here, it just pushes in from the bottom. Now we can remove it. Now if your window's all the way up like mine is, it's most likely jammed up. Now if your window won't roll up and down and it's not due to something being broke on the regulator, then you'll have to take these bolts out. But you can get through here. If not, you'll have to take a wrench and get through there to loosen them up. Now we've got everything free. We're going to remove these. 3, 4, 5. All right, she's down and out of the way. We know it's loose. Our window's not going to slide down. Let's get this jewel out of here. It'll take a little work, but it'll come out. You get her pushed forward enough, start to back out. Like I said, it'll take a little effort, but it will come out eventually. Now we're going to get the new one and put it right back in. Now mainly what we're checking for is to make sure that the rails are the same length, they're pitched the same, the motor pitch is the same. Now let's see if we can't work this one back in. If you'll notice, they've got them all the way down to the bottom. So that's the way GM ships it. And it's probably easier to install. We'll find out here in a minute, won't we? And it is. So if you're tearing it down and your motor still works, maybe you can work it down and get it all the way to the bottom. You notice it's still got these bolts in there. That is to hang us up. So what we're going to want to do is hang our bolts. Make sure it's on this side of the glass, on both ends. Hang her up there. Now it's holding itself. We're going to install our 3 other bolts. This has a big washer on them, or a washer. Now let's line these up. So remember, you're not ready to tighten these bolts down yet. You want to get the other ones lined up first before you go and tighten anything down. Just get them started good. Now, if you feel more comfortable using a torque wrench, remember to make sure your threads are clear of any paint or debris, or you'll get the wrong reading. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring these up to here, our window capture up to here, and then I'm going to slide the window down. So this, you got to be cautious. So I'm going to temporarily install the door panel. So I'm reconnecting the door switch. Now here's where you got to watch to get this ignition turned on. Once the dinging all stops, don't forget to plug in your motor. It won't run without it. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to bump our window capture saddles up so we can slide and ease our window back down into the brackets. Now in some cases there may be a slight design change, like on this one, it's got nuts instead of bolts. Now I'm gonna untape this, bring it down here and let it set in these little saddles. Then I can snug everything down. I'm gonna hold our window to make sure it don't slide. And we're gonna ease it down. Make sure these saddles are lined up. Make sure it's fully down. Now then we can start snugging up the rest of our bolts. Go easy with it. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to take a ratchet now and snug the rest of these down, because these are Loctited so that they don't vibrate out. And if you want to use a torque wrench, it's going to be rough to use a torque wrench on that, just for the fact that they are Loctited. Now our little capture saddles there, they're Loctited as well. So pull them in, snug them up. You'll notice I've got a little Loctite on them as well. Now then we can put our door panel back on. Now if you don't have these all clipped, you're going to end up with a rattle. And if you don't clip them, you'll have a rattle, but it won't kill you. Now I'm just going to temporarily install this, make sure everything works before I finish buttoning it up. Now you're going to take the front end first, line up your lock. Okay, now we can check and see if this works. Now I got a suspicion it lost communication with our fuel tank opener when I had the switch on, so it set a code. See, down, automatic down works. Automatic up, if you'll notice, it don't work. Now what you're going to do is bring her all the way up, hold her for a couple of seconds, let off of it. Now she'll come down, automatic, back up, automatic. That teaches it where the home position all the way up is. We want to pull this back off. We'll get our cable for our door latch. Be sure to line them two holes up. That's going to hold our bracket. Now we got a couple of number 7s for our bracket. Snug it up a little. Get the other side. Right here it says up, so you know that goes up. Now then we can reinstall our door panel. I'm gonna hook the ball, line our cable carrier in. Plug in our harness. Make sure it's secure. We'll take the front first, line it up, and take her there and line that up. If we're all the way down, it should pop right into place. We want to put our 3 inside. Don't over tighten. Our 2 covers. Look there, that'll drop down in them 2 holes. Snap right in. That's got a little hole it's gonna snap in. Now the big test is, will it roll all 4 windows down? Now we can take our key fob and see if it will do a quick down on all the windows. Works as designed. Now while we're here, we need to check if our gas cap open. You don't want to get somewhere and then find out you can't. Gas cap's working. Yeah, you sure don't want to be somewhere and then realize for some reason the gas cap's not working. The only other issue now is to find out if the window has a glitch in it where it'll just automatically roll down when I'm going to roll it up. I think we've got rid of that problem too.